Hi, I'm John Frederickson, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you at the conference on superego resistance that will be held November 7th and 8th in
Już w
Gdańsk-Poland.
listopadzie na Gdańskim Uniwersytecie Medycznym 10. Międzynarodowa Psychoterapeutyczna Konferencja Szkoleniowa Opór Superego. Posłuchajmy jednego z jej prelegentów.
It's hosted by the Polish ICDP Institute. During those 2 days, we're going to be speaking on the topic of superego resistance. What do we mean by that? We all know patients who tend to be a little too self-critical, or where they neglect themselves, or dismiss themselves, or choose bad partners. But what about the patient who not only hurts herself, but thinks it's a good idea? The patient who chooses bad partners and says that she loves people who hurts her, or who chooses bad partners and then always talks about how good they are. What about the patient who says self-destructive things and tells you that's the truth, that's reality? How do we work with these patients when we find them really describing kind of crazy self-destructive ideas as if they're rational and sensible? All of a sudden you feel like, wow, this person's saying crazy things and I'm alone seeing reality. And you find yourself slipping into trying to encourage the self-destructive person not to hurt herself. You start to argue with the patient who thinks that her destructive boyfriends are good boyfriends. And what happens then is that then the patient becomes the representative of the superego, saying self-destructive things, and you find yourself becoming the ego. Now, you might think, well, that's not a problem. But then you get stuck. And why is that? Well, because now the patient as superego is in conflict with you as the ego. Her ego is no longer in her, it's in you. And you notice the patient is very comfortable arguing with you as the ego. And you find yourself, no matter what you say, the patient can always argue you. You feel like your IQ has dropped 100 points. Like, I don't know how to argue with this person. What's happened here is that the patient has a way of enacting the superego and getting you to be the voice of sanity, to be the ego. And in that way, then she's constantly in conflict with you and with other people. So we could say she has an interpersonal conflict instead of an internal conflict. See, the patient doesn't need to be in conflict with you. We have to help her be in conflict with her self-destructive behaviors, or what we call the superego. So during these 2 days, we're going to be showing videos. On my day, I'll be showing a 3-hour video, the whole initial video, with a woman who'd had a series of self-destructive relationships, and where she would constantly come up with good reasons to have destructive relationships. She would even see the destructiveness of a partner and then say, well, but maybe he'll change. So she would relate to the future partner of her fantasy rather than the real partner she had in reality. You'll see then the different ways the patient invites me to argue with her, invites me to be the same voice, invites me to be her ego. And you'll see how I avoid being in conflict with her so that over time, she becomes in conflict with her own superego. She becomes in conflict with her self-destructiveness. She begins to see that what she's saying is crazy because I'm not the one who's saying it. So we'll have a chance to study that 3-hour video all day long. This won't be you attending some lecture where someone reads a paper. It won't be some kind of lecture you attend where people come up with very vague ideas. You'll see my work. We'll analyze my work. We'll analyze it second by second by second. So you really see the process of how to work with these patients. So you'll come away with new interventions, new understandings, and practical skills that you'll be able to use. Although I practice a particular kind of therapy, you don't have to worry about that, because the principles of working with a patient who is very self-destructive are really the same. In a sense, you have to remember, no matter what kind of therapy we do, we're working with the same patients. All of us have patients who are self-destructive, who justify it. And those patients require a certain set of skills that you'll be able to use in any kind of model of therapy you do. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to us studying this video together all day long, and I look forward to the exchanges that we'll have. So thanks so much. I hope to see you on November 7th and 8th in Gdańsk. Take care and see you then.
Instytut ISTDP Sentio oraz dziekan Wydziału Nauk o Zdrowiu Gdańskiego Uniwersytetu Medycznego, profesor dr habilitowany Przemysław Rutkowski, zapraszają na wyjątkowe wydarzenie poświęcone jednemu z bardziej wymagających i jednocześnie często niedostatecznie rozumianych obszarów pracy terapeutycznej. 7 i 8 listopada Gdański Uniwersytet Medyczny. 10. Międzynarodowa Psychoterapeutyczna Konferencja Szkoleniowa Opór Superego. Prelegenci John Frederickson oraz Monika Uru.